Lucas Hawkins. Let's go. Heartland Conference Championship game. St. Edwards and DBU.
Starts out with Haas having the ball in his hands. Tries to get the alley-oop there to the Conference Player of the Year, Ashton Spears, unable to get that opportunity. Good defense by DBU.
They were trying to send a statement early. JT Harris said, I don't think so. This is my house. I've won 2 tournaments here, don't you know? Here he is. Lord going to work. Hook shot. Short off the glass. There's Dorian Lopez. He can do it all for this team, a junior.
Spears is a talented player. Didn't get to see a ton of him in the semifinal.
There's a 3-pointer for Dorian Lopez right off the bat. I just had the privilege of meeting his mom, Christine, right before the game. I said, he's had some big games in this building. He must like playing here. She said, oh yeah, with a big smile on her face. Apparently it's carried over for Lopez into this final. And Zach Lord had his shot knocked away, going up with it.
Haas out of control, but falls into the lap of Spears.
Inside. Good defensive effort there by Carter Brown. He stripped it out of the hands of Doria, but it will stay with St. Edwards. Lucas Doria at one of the forward spots. He had 13 and 10 in the quarterfinal round. There's August Haas, who tweaked his ankle a little bit in the quarterfinal, but he was fine yesterday in the semi, or at least didn't show it if he wasn't, and that's knocked away.
Good job by Mance to come up and swat that one from behind, get a hand on it.
Lord inside. You let the big man catch it inside the halo, and it's good night.
He is an impressive player, just a sophomore. He's really developed well this season, averaging 8 points per game, only 5 rebounds.
Going inside, Sherville got double. Lopez, step inside the arc. That'll work, won't it? Dorian Lopez with the first 5 points.
Help defense there. Kick it around. Leads to the bucket.
Lord, who passes extremely well from the low post. I'll go back inside to him. Knocked away.
Good job by Doria to step in front of that one, get a hand in there, cause that one to be disrupted.
Inside, good move underneath, and the finish for Lucas Doria.
Nice pass there by August Haas as well, whipping that one around, finding Doria down on the clock.
August Haas already has 2 assists. He'll dish him out like crazy if you let him. He only had 6 games all year where he had less than 5 assists. Some players would hope to have a handful where they had 5 or more in a season. Not for this guy. Battle for it in the paint, poked away. Doria comes away with it. Haas nearly had it stolen by Brown. Lopez, the trailer for 3. How about a 3-for-3 start for Dorian Lopez?
Heck of a start for Lopez, heck of a start for St. Ed's. 8-point lead. So we hit the 3.5-minute mark into this one.
Brown on the ground. Did they get the timeout? Nope.
Four made baskets, 4 assists so far for St. Edwards. Heck of a start. And August Haas with 2 of those 4 assists. And 3 of those made field goals from Dorian Lopez.
And Lopez with 8 early points, a couple of 3-pointers. Zach Lord inside, turns, just beat the shot clock. The sophomore who missed 2 games in February with a hand injury. It was more serious, or is less serious than what they originally thought. And thank goodness he only had to miss 2 games and was able to be back for this team down the stretch. He played a pivotal role last night in their win over Oklahoma Christian in the semifinals and trying to keep the nation's leading rebounder Will Linhart at bay.
Yeah, Lord said his job yesterday was just to keep the ball away from Linhart. Did a good job of that.
rising up and firing. Jordan Mance off the mark. Doria. I'll slow things down. Haas looking to run something else. Lob over the top. Inside, up and under. Missed the short one, did Doria. And a battle for it on the floor. Well, Dallas Baptist comes in ranked in the regional poll. And Steve, a lot of people think that they would probably be safe if they don't win this game, but they certainly don't want to leave that to chance. Now, do they?
Yeah, you definitely don't want to leave things to chance at this point in the season. If you have an opportunity to punch your own ticket, you're going to try to do so. Rough start, though, for DBU.
Intercepted. Mance stepped right in front of the pass. Jacobs trying to go up, well defended in transition by Sherville. And then Lopez secures the loose ball. And we've got a foul on the floor. JT Harris picks up his first personal and the first foul of this ball game.
Coach Blake Flickner in yesterday's post-game press conference after the semifinal victory over OC said, hey, big key for us in this game against St. Edwards, taking care of the ball. So far,
Sherville, no good.
So far, 2 turnovers. They've had just 2 of 7 shooting. Well, those aren't turnovers when you miss, but when you haven't pulled in an offensive rebound, it almost counts as a turnover.
Foul on the floor. They get Corey Sherville on the foul. Sherville, the sophomore from Australia. He scored in double figures in both games, but above his average of 12 on the season. He scored 13 in the quarters, 16 in the semis. Chandler Jacobs was huge in the quarterfinals. He got into a little bit of foul trouble yesterday, though. Didn't have his best game. And Lopez, what a strip and a save. Haas looking to go coast to coast. Big block there from Carter Brown. And a foul against Ashton Spears. Steve, the 2 teams leading scorers, Spears for St. Edwards, Jacobs for Dallas Baptist, both got into foul trouble early yesterday in the semis.
Yeah, Ashton Spears got into foul trouble, had to sit down for a good chunk of the first half. Chandler Jacobs at one point only had played 5 minutes. He was very limited in the contest yesterday in the semifinals with just 4 points.
Julian Miranda just checked in, the redshirt sophomore who was the freshman of the year 2 years ago and a Heartland tournament team member in 2017. Push off. First on Carter Brown. After the semifinal win yesterday, Andre Cook said, I got to give the props to my assistant coach, Trey Lindsay, on his defensive game plan. He's coaching the defense, and they did a great job making things tough in the semifinals against their opponent, Rogers State. Andre Cook rapidly approaching 300 career wins. Intercepted. Spears leads the league in steals. He's unselfish too. McKendry, right elbow, smooth as silk. Corey McKendry.
Nice job by St. Edwards, transition offense there. Finding the open man in the corner, passing it up was Sherville. But then a nice job of swinging it around, finding the open man on the corner.
Quick pass. Washington got it. Jonathan Washington had huge games against St. Edwards. He had 20 in each of the 2 regular season contests.
Ward is impressive when he's looking to find other people's offense.
What a pass, near incredible finish there. Now Lopez falling away. Dorian Lopez off to the hot start. He's in double figures with 10. Foul on the floor. Dorian Lopez, first personal, 13th foul against St. Edwards. Ryan Garza will check in, the sharpshooter off the bench. Washington attacking inside. Jonathan Washington came off the bench and he's provided instant offense.
Really nice first step there by Washington to first pass his defender, get to the rack, pull his team back within 5.
Lopez, what a find underneath the McKendry.
Nice finish there by McKendry.
You've just seen why Dorian Lopez is so extremely dangerous to his opponents, because he can just go off and shoot the lights out of the place and then all of a sudden give off one of the best assists you've ever seen. Media timeout coming off a foul. 15-9. I don't know what you would attribute it to directly, but they've started awfully fast, but you don't expect Dallas Baptist to be caught off guard by that.
Yeah, you expect this Dallas Baptist team to be able to settle in. They've started to, keeping it within 5 here after it was a lead of as many as 8. Done a nice job of just chipping away and kind of hanging close, despite the fact that everything seems to be clicking for St. Ed.
Spears for 3, no good. JT Harris secures the rebound.
7 assists on 7 made field goals for St. Edwards. They have 4 points off the 4 turnovers by DBU already.
Washington, maybe a heat check there after he'd hit an early 3 and driven inside to get a 2. August Haas runs the show, the first-year point guard. Transferred from UW Milwaukee. Shot clock winding down. The lefty Haas takes a 3, and they get the offensive board. McKendry able to secure it.
Second offensive board for St. Edwards. We've reached the halfway mark in the first half.
Haas getting inside, can't get the roll. Miranda takes good care of the ball. He's tough to get it away from. Washington back inside again. Good defending by Corey McKendry. Didn't foul him. And there's Ashton Spears coast to coast.
It's a man's layup there.
If they were going to get out to a 16-11 lead like it was before that layup, I would have thought Ashton Spears would have had some points in there early on. He did have 2 steals, though, to help fuel the offense in transition. Lyman and one of the starters, Sherville, will check back in.
St. Ed's won't guard the inbound with Miranda. DBU elects just to kick it out and start their offense with a short shot clock.
Winding down. Miranda had it poked away on the way up from Spears, and he's off and running with it. Washington trying to get back, and he fouled him. Well, if Ashton Spears was watching closely yesterday, which we know St. Edward's was watching the DBU semifinal, there was 2 possessions where shot clock was winding down. Julian Miranda was way back beyond the arc, and at the last second he just pulled up and hit a 3. Spears already a great defender, but just wonder if he knew Miranda was going to try to do that. That led to the steal.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked that Miranda held that basketball when he did have a little bit of space. I thought he should have shot that, even though he's a little further behind the line. That's a shot that he normally takes, especially with a hand in his face. And when Spears started to close in on him, that's your opportunity to get rid of it early.
Conference Player of the Year with 4 quick points. Ashton Spears had 23 in the quarters, 15 yesterday in the semifinal. And he's shooting 15 of 26 from the floor. He's not a guy that's just going to jack up a bunch of long-distance shots, shoot 38% and get 19 points. He's going to do it the efficient way. Carter Brown floating inside. McKendry secures the rebound.
He's one of those that does a good job of creating his own offense on the defensive end. Very good defensive team. Coach Flickner talked about that yesterday in the postgame, that the St. Edward's squad causes a lot of turnovers, forces a lot of turnovers of their opponents. And that leads to offense at the other end.
Julian Miranda's first personal foul, and the team fouls are now even at 4 in this first half.
Ashton Spears averaging 3.5 steals in this tournament.
There's Dr. Blake Flickner. He said that the keys for his team coming in were to take care of the basketball. St. Edward's is just taking it away from people at an insane rate.
St. Ed's is averaging 18.1 turnovers by opponents.
Takeaway by Miranda. On the other side of that, he'd like to see his team get some takeaways as well, and Julian Miranda does it.
And they're still there. August Haas jumps up off the bench, ready to check in at the next dead ball.
Spears, a bit too strong. Look at Washington soar for the one-handed rebound.
Lyman just can't handle the defense that Miranda's providing defensively for DBU.
Brown short, but there's a putback. JT Harris, the redshirt senior. He had 11 rebounds in each of the first 2 regular season meetings. Lyman's 3 off the mark. A charge against Washington. Putting a steal and layup by Julian Miranda. Corey Sherbill. Sherbill had a big-time game 1 in the regular season against DBU with 21 points. Lydiak falling away. Well, August Haas tweaked his ankle a little bit in the quarterfinal on Thursday. About 2 minutes to go in the game, and he was down on the floor for a little bit. Head coach Andre Cook talked about it in the post-game press conference. He said, August is a tough kid. So if I'm betting if he's going to play in the semifinals on Saturday night, I'll bet my kid's college tuition on it. Not only did August Haas play in the semifinals yesterday, but he dished out 6 assists. And really, Steve, he didn't look like anything had even happened the night before.
Well, and it was telling in the post-game handshake line that Haas, while he was walking through that handshake line, didn't have the shoe tied up. It was actually loose. Didn't look like there was a brace on it. They hadn't taped it up. So that was telling to me that it probably wasn't as bad as it initially seemed. It was one of those that probably more just scared him when you do tweak your ankle like that.
Dorian Lopez.
It was good to see that wasn't that series. He was able to come back and perform well in the semifinal game.
Lord, the up fake. Good finish by Zach Lord. Well, and they lost all-conference player Patrick Burke last year to graduation. Zach Lord expected to be one of the guys to really step in and fill in the paint, and he's done a great job of it throughout this season and so far in this tournament. Charge against August Haas. Personal on him. Ashton Spears will check back in. Lydiak, he can fire it.
He wanted to on that one. Good closeout defense by St. Edwards.
Taken away by Lopez. Moss will slow it down a little bit as he looks back at his head coach, Andre Cook. Heartland Coach of the Year. His team got up into the top 3 into the country. Spears is a big reason why. Ashton Spears can score it from anywhere.
He is impressive. Tons of ability. So many different aspects of the game as well. Send Zach Lord to the line. He's just a 68% shooter. Good foul. Coming over by Lucas Dorian.
Lord had 14 points, 6 rebounds.